What if your next concert isn't at a stadium, but on a neon lit island built from pure code? What if your classroom is no longer four walls, but a dragon's den where history comes alive in fire and flight? And what if your next hangout isn't a coffee shop, but a zero gravity lounge orbiting Mars? This isn't science fiction, it's the metaverse, a digital frontier reshaping how we live, learn, play, and connect. Welcome to Talk Radio. This is Trending Tuesday.
The following is rated TV-MA and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, folks? Welcome to Talk Radio. And you've just tapped into Trending Tuesday. That's right, Season 2, Episode 78, baby. It's April 29th, 2025. Let that sink in for a second. We've already cruised through 32.60% of the year. That's 17 weeks, 119 days, 2,856 hours, over 171,360 minutes, and get this, more than 10 million seconds of this wild ride we call life. And guess what? You're still here. I'm still here. We are breathing, creating, surviving, and hopefully thriving. Whether you've been floating through or fighting every step of the way, I see you, and tonight we're riding this wave together. Now, I hope your snack game is strong, your vibe is right, and your curiosity is on high alert, because today's trend, oh, it's juicy. Tonight we're cracking open a topic that's shaping how we connect, play, work, and even love in the future. Virtual reality and the metaverse, the future of online experiences. Yeah, it's more than just gaming headsets and avatar dance battles. This is about digital realms becoming real spaces, places where people are buying virtual land, throwing concerts, going to therapy, and building entire economies. It's the next evolution of the internet, and whether you're ready or not, it's coming. So, go ahead, strap on those digital goggles. Or if you're old school like me, just fire up your imagination because we're about to go deep diving into the alternate realities taking shape right now. Buckle up. Let's talk virtual. Let's talk future. Future. Let's talk radio. Let's kick this off with a quick snapshot. Not that long ago, just 5 years back, the word metaverse sounded like something straight out of a sci-fi novel. It was niche, abstract, the kind of thing tech futurists and cyberpunk writers daydreamed about. You'd hear it tossed around at TED Talks or buried in the comments of some VR subreddit. But now, the metaverse is everywhere. It's on your phone, your headset, your laptop screen. It's showing up in your classroom, at your workplace, even sneaking its way into our living room, especially if Meta has anything to say about it. What started as a digital playground for gamers has evolved into something bigger, more immersive, more human. We're talking about virtual real estate, avatar-based meetings, digital economies, and entire concerts in 3D spaces where people gather not just to consume content, but to experience it together. It's not just about escaping reality anymore, it's about reshaping it. And whether you're building, teaching, playing, or just exploring, the metaverse is redefining how we connect, how we work, and how we live online. So, is it hype, or is it the foundation of our future? That's what we're diving into next. Let's paint the picture. Close your eyes and imagine walking through a digital art gallery in Decentraland. The air is quiet, yet humming with energy. You, you pass floating sculptures, interactive soundscapes, AI generated paintings that evolve as you stare at them. This isn't a static experience, it's a living exhibit, shaped as much by your presence as by the artist's vision. You're not just a guest, you're a co creator. Now, shift perspectives. Slide into VRChat, a world that defies physics and logic and embraces absolute imagination. Here you could be anything, an anime fox in a detective coat, a translucent being made of stars, or a sentient soda can. You build your own home worlds, eerie forests lit by bioluminescent plants, futuristic cities with gravity turned sidewalks or sideways, or chill hangout spots where lo-fi beats echo endlessly. You might stumble into a spontaneous game of capture the flag on a floating island, or a deep philosophical chat at 3 a.m. on a moonlit beach someone coded into existence for moments exactly like that. It's unpredictable, unscripted, and beautifully human. Now, it's late, Horizon World's late, midnight, midnight digital time. You teleport into a poetry slam. The venue is sleek, intimate, soft purples and blues fade across the ceiling like watercolor. Avatars gather, some glowing, some subtle, some dressed in ways impossible in real life. A voice rises. It's not perfect, but it's raw. A poem about heartbreak, grief, hope. Every word lands. People react with emojis, claps, words of encouragement. You feel something real in this completely unreal place. These aren't just games or gimmicks. They are living, breathing, social ecosystems, each one a sprawling experiment in connection. And yes, alt space VR may be gone, but its soul, it didn't disappear, it dispersed. You can still feel it in every late night avatar hangout, every niche community building digital rituals, every awkward, beautiful virtual dance party where people find rhythm in a room built from code. These platforms offer more than distraction. They're playgrounds for identity, sandboxes for storytelling. They are the third places of the future, where we hang out, build, perform, exist. These are worlds within worlds, boundless, weird, whimsical, and wildly human. And in them, we're not just players, we're architects, dreamers, explorers. The metaverse is not coming, it's already here. And it's messy, magical, and waiting for us to make it real. Gaming was the gateway drug. Let's be real. We talk a lot about how VR, AR, and all these immersive tech platforms are changing the world, how they are reshaping how we work, connect, and learn. But truth is, before VR became this massive frontier of tech and art and presence, it was gaming that got us there first. Not productivity apps. I butchered that. Not virtual offices. Not meditation experiences in some Zen garden simulator. And definitely not the metaverse sales pitch with empty malls and awkward avatars. It was games that said, "Hey, come see what this thing can do." And once we stepped inside, we didn't just visit, we moved in. Let's rewind to Beat Saber. You remember that first trailer, right? Bright neon blocks flying at you to the beat of EDM bangers, and your sabers slicing through the air like some Jedi DJ warrior. That was the moment the magic clicked. It was like Dance Dance Revolution and Guitar Hero had a baby with Star Wars, and that baby was fast, loud, and sweaty in the best way. Now, this part is a little bit not true because I didn't play it, but I remember playing it for the first time. I didn't play it. 10 minutes in, I was drenched in sweat, totally immersed, completely forgetting I was in a tiny apartment with a bad Wi Fi. That game didn't just get gamers excited, it converted people. People who hadn't touched a controller in their life were buying VR rigs just to play Beat Saber. It made working out fun. It made music feel physical. I know folks who use it every single day as their cardio. Heck, my aunt got hooked on Beat Saber, the same aunt who thinks Call of Duty is just a commercial for the Marines. Then came Half-Life, Alex. Oh man, that wasn't just a sequel, that was a flex. Valve basically said, "You want to know what VR is really capable of? Watch this." And they delivered the level of detail, and they delivered. The level of detail was insane. Like you could pick up a marker and draw on a window, you could knock over boxes and find hidden ammo, you could cover your mouth when the spores were in the air, and the game reacted. There's this one scene, you're in an underground tunnel. Everything is dark. You've got a flashlight in your left hand, a pistol in your right. You hear something move fast, and suddenly your whole body's in fight or flight. Not because of a cutscene, not because of a jump scare, but because you were there. You had to physically crouch, physically reload. The game didn't tell the story. You lived it. And it wasn't just a tech showcase, it was emotional. The characters, the voice work, the environments, it all pulled you in. After Alex, people stopped calling VR a gimmick. They started calling it art. Then there's Fortnite VR. And listen, I know what you're thinking. Fortnite in VR? Really? Yes, really. And it works. Epic managed to bring that same chaotic, high energy, meme fueled universe into full 3D space. You're not just watching your character build, you are building. You're not just watching the dance emotes, you're doing them. It's like you stepped into a Saturday morning cartoon where the laws of physics are optional and style is mandatory. You drop from the battle bus, you look around, and that rush you get when you land, it's real. You can see your teammates across the hill, you wave, they wave back, you build a fort, dive behind it, reload by moving your hands, and when you get that victory royale, you feel it. It's not just a win, it's a full body celebration. And the social part, next level. There are in game concerts, parties, dance offs. You talk to people like they're really next to you. It's one part game, one part digital hangout, and one part alternate reality nightclub with cartoon weapons. But VR didn't stop there. Then you get games like Zenith, The Last City. This is a full scale MMORPG in VR. Say that 4 times. We're talking guilds, quests, crafting, raids, but instead of clicking buttons, we're physically swinging your sword. You're casting spells by performing hand gestures. You look across the mountaintop and see real players flying by with jetpacks. It feels like sword art online, minus the part where you die in real life. And then there are the quiet ones, the underrated gems. The Room VR, a dark matter, pure atmospheric puzzle solving. You're in ancient temples, secret societies, solving tactile puzzles with mystical artifacts. It's eerie, intelligent, and deeply immersive. Job simulator. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous. But you've never laughed so hard while making a virtual sandwich or photocopying your own hand just to mess with robot bosses. It's silly, but it shows the power of interaction in VR. And don't even get me started on Star Wars Tale from the Galaxy's Edge. Being in the Star Wars universe, in it, holding a blaster, fighting aliens, interacting with characters you've only seen on screen, it's a dream for fans and a milestone for storytelling. You can't just watch Star Wars anymore. You can live it. So, what do all these games have in common? They cracked open the portal. They weren't just new ways to play, they were new ways to exist, to move through stories, to be a part of worlds that react to you. Not because of cutscenes, but because of your presence. Gaming opened the door, and when we walked through, we found connection, emotion, art, sweat, laughter, fear, wonder. We're not just staring at screens anymore. We're standing in worlds, dodging bullets, solving puzzles, celebrating wins, holding hands. Gaming was the gateway, but now the whole world's waiting on the other side. And trust me, what's coming next, that's what the rest of the show is for. Think about this. I was in VRChat last month. This bizarre, beautiful mess of a place at a comedy club tucked inside what looked like a neon jungle. Picture it: glowing palm trees, vines that pulsed to the beat of some chill lo-fi track, tiki torches levitating in the air like they were enchanted. The floor was a glowing glass tile, and every step lit up like Michael Jackson's Billie Jean video. The lineup totally unhinged. The host was a giant banana in sunglasses and a leather jacket. Called himself Peel Diesel. One comic was a haunted Roomba that only told ghost stories in limerick form. Another, a potato wearing a judge's wig, who roasted the audience like it was a courtroom trial and killed doing it. But the audience, that was the real show. I was wedged between a flamingo and a tux, sipping a digital martini, and a sentient microwave with a Boston accent. The microwave kept hitting the laugh reaction every time someone made a fart joke. On my other side was what I swear was a Lego Elon Musk fusion, who kept glitching and shouting, "To Mars!" every few minutes. And behind me, a squad of anime penguins doing the wave. At one point, a velociraptor, a velociraptor in a crop top got up and did a surprise karaoke number. Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. Completely out of key, but with the passion of a thousand heartbreaks. People were throwing virtual roses. And here's the crazy thing. I laughed so hard, so genuinely, that I forgot I was wearing a headset. For that hour, I wasn't some dude alone in a room with a VR rig on. I was there, sitting in a glitchy, neon-lit digital jungle surrounded by internet weirdos and avatars from the imagination of sleep-deprived geniuses. And it felt weird. Like the line between the real world and the metaverse just blurred out completely. Education's caught the wave too. Across the US, schools are integrating virtual reality into curriculums, not just as a tech gimmick, but as a tool that's actively transforming how students learn. Imagine learning about the solar system, not from a diagram in a textbook, but by actually flying through it, zooming past Saturn's rings, landing on Mars, standing on the moon's surface. Suddenly, it's just not a science lesson, it's an adventure. Or picture history class where you don't just read about ancient Rome, you walk its streets, explore the Colosseum, and watch gladiators battle, all alongside all alongside classmates from different states or even different countries. There's a powerful example happening right now in Oregon, Oregon. A middle school where sixth graders are studying the Civil War not by flipping pages in a worn out textbook, but by stepping into a full 3D recreation of Gettysburg. They walk the battlefield. They hear the galloping horses, the distant gunfire, the shouts of soldiers. They see the camps and tents scattered across the field. It's not just learning, it's experiencing. And here's the thing: it sticks. Because when you feel history, when you're inside the lesson, the facts aren't just memorized, they're lived. And that's a game changer for education. Socially, VR is answering the call for connection. Post pandemic, we all crave that feeling of presence, and VR delivered. It's not just about casual hangouts or dance parties anymore. What we're seeing now is something deeper, something more human. People are forming real friendships in virtual spaces, relationships that transcend avatars and digital environments. Some even fall in love, creating bonds that just feel as genuine as those formed in the physical world. What's particularly remarkable is how VR has become a platform for emotional support. People who might never have crossed paths in real life are coming together in virtual spaces to share struggles and support one another. We're talking about virtual AA meetings, grief circles, and even therapy sessions, all held entirely in VR. These aren't just superficial interactions, they're deeply meaningful connections, allowing people to express themselves in ways that they might not feel comfortable doing in the real world. And then there are the weddings. Yes, weddings. I mean, imagine saying I do, surrounded by floating neon flowers, guests, guests in fairy wings, dragons soaring overhead, and anime warriors standing by your side. Sounds strange, right? But it happened just last month in Horizon Worlds. The bride and groom exchanged vows in a setting that was anything but traditional. But while it may have been chaotic, weird, and filled with digital characters from every corner of pop culture, the emotions were real. The love, the joy, the excitement, it was all palpable, even if the pixels and avatars weren't. It might not be the world we're used to, but in many ways, it's a new form of human connection. It's strange, it's unconventional, but it's beautiful. And most importantly, it's authentic. It's proof that the emotions we experience in virtual spaces can be just as deep and powerful as those we feel in the real world. And of course, the brands followed the buzz. Gucci's got a virtual boutique where you can try on luxury outfits you'll never wear in real life. Nike launched the Sneakerverse, a virtual world to flex kicks and cop exclusive drops. Even Wendy's got in on it, creating an island in Fortnite where you throw digital burgers at frozen food empires. I'm serious. Marketing isn't about billboards anymore, it's about experience. Travis Scott's astronomical concert in Fortnite pulled in 12.3 million live viewers. That's more than the Super Bowl. Talk about a new way to reach millions in real time. And Madonna, she's doing a world tour as a hologram. No tour bus, no travel, just beam her into your city and press play. Then there's Balenciaga, who took their high fashion runway shows into the Fortnite universe too, letting players buy exclusive virtual outfits. Not just fashion brands, but even automotive companies are jumping in. Lamborghini launched a fully interactive virtual showroom in Roblox, letting users design their dream cars and experience them in a virtual world before they buy. Pepsi threw a digital party with DJ Marshmello in Decentraland, where attendees could enter and grab limited edition virtual Pepsi gear, making it all part of a massive online celebration. Even Coca-Cola got in the game, releasing a line of virtual NFTs to commemorate their history, with each one offering a unique experience. Because why settle for a traditional ad when you can have something entirely exclusive? And don't forget the rise of virtual real estate, with brands like Snoop Dogg selling plots on the Sandbox and hosting exclusive events on his digital mansion. Imagine partying in a mansion that's entirely in the metaverse with Snoop Dogg DJing in the background. The digital space has become the next frontier, and if you're not there, you might be missing out on more than just the future of marketing. It's not about traditional campaigns anymore. It's about creating moments that live and breathe in an entirely new world. The metaverse is opening up infinite possibilities, and brands are all in. The metaverse is no longer just a place, it's a stage, a grand performance space that transcends the boundaries of reality. Imagine it, a virtual world where creativity knows no limits, where communities come together across time zones, and commerce takes on new innovative forms. It's not just an online destination anymore. It's a living, breathing ecosystem that grows and evolves in real time. And here's the most exciting part. We're not just spectators in this digital theater. We are the actors, the creators, the directors of our own stories. Whether you're designing your dream world, collaborating with others across continents in real time, or taking your business into the next frontier of digital commerce, we're all part of something far bigger than any single person or platform. It's a new kind of interaction where your avatar is an extension of you, where virtual spaces become your canvas, and where the experiences you share are limited only by your imagination. And yeah, whether you're a digital explorer, diving headfirst into the metaverse, or still figuring out how to not trip over the headset cable, we've all been there. One thing's for sure, this world is expanding at an exponential rate. The metaverse isn't just some digital afterthought or side project. It's a fundamental shift in how we connect, create, and live. And the coolest part, we're all avatars in this brave new world, and it's ours to shape. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, there's one thing we can all agree on. The show has just begun. Look, the metaverse isn't perfect. Let's not pretend it is. There are real concerns, privacy issues that still need solving, accessibility gaps that leave too many people out. And let's be honest, it still feels pretty surreal to have a heartfelt chat with a cartoon banana trying to sell you NFTs. It's weird, hilarious, sometimes downright cringy. But here's the thing, this is where we are headed, not as a replacement for reality, but as a powerful extension of it. Think of it like a digital canvas where human creativity gets supercharged. A new frontier where we can explore what it means to connect, to create, and to collaborate in ways that were literally impossible a decade ago. Whether you're a gamer escaping into immersive worlds, a teacher reimagining classrooms without walls, an entrepreneur building a storefront with code instead of bricks, or just someone who misses real connection in a disconnected world, there's space for you in the metaverse. Not in the way science fiction warned us, but in the way human innovation always surprises us. There's a place for your voice, a place for your work, a place for your weird, beautiful ideas. In pixels, in presence, in possibility. This is more than a trend, it's a new kind of real. Now to be clear, not everything I just said is 100% accurate. I'm having a little fun here. The metaverse is still a bit of a work in progress, and while we're heading in an exciting direction, there's a lot left to figure out. But hey, let's have fun exploring the possibilities along the way, right? And that's it for this week's Trending Tuesday. If your headset's streaming and your mind's spinning, good. That's what the future does. From tech trends to mind-bending theories, we've surfed the waves of what's next and what's now. Remember, around here, we don't just talk about it, we live it, question it, and push it to the edge. Be sure to join me next time on Talk Radio, where reality bends, conversations stretch, and we always keep it weird, real, and wonderfully trending. If you've got thoughts, stories, or trends you think we should dive into, hit me up. Another email address I created, talkradiotrending at gmail.com. I'll read every message, and who knows, you might just shape our next episode. But until then, I'm Jonathan Riley, and you've just heard the future. Stay curious, stay bold. Catch you on the flip side.